So, good day everyone. Good day, ma'am. So, today we tackle about the sustainability and responsible tourism. So, sustainability and responsible tourism are approaches that aim to protect the environment, support local communities, and ensure long-term economic benefits in the tourism industry. So, in the field of medical and wellness tourism, these concepts are especially important because tourism activities can greatly affect natural resources, local cultures, and community development. So the goal is to minimize negative impacts like pollution, waste, and resource depletion, and also then maximize positive impacts like job creation, cultural preservation, and health promotion. So next is the environmental sustainability. Environmental sustainability focuses on protecting natural resources and reducing the ecological footprint of tourism facilities such as the wellness resort, hospitals, spas, and medical centers. Next is the eco-friendly practices. So these are actions that reduce the environmental damage. For example, kanang using of renewable energy like solar and wind, um, conserving water, reducing waste, avoiding single use of plastic. So this ensured nga this ensure wellness facilities operate with minimal harm to nature. So next is the green building design. So this involves building or renovating structure using the sustainable materials, energy efficient systems, design that reduce heat, waste, and the electricity usage. So green buildings help para maka-reduce bitaw siya mga pollution and mga energy costs. So next is the conservation efforts. So tourism facilities join or support the mga program bitaw sa pagputulog mga kahoy, the reforestation programs, mga wildlife protection, ecotourism campaigns para kani man gud sila is maka help sila to protect the environment and ma-educate pud nila ang mga visitors or mga tourists about the sustainability. So next is the social responsibility. So social responsibility ensures that tourism benefits the local community and respect cultural values and rights. First is the community engagement and development. So tourism businesses involve local people in the decision making, training and employment, development project. This empowers community and helps them benefit directly from the tourism. So next is the cultural sensitivity and preservation. So protecting and respecting their local and cultures, traditions, heritage to ensure that tourism does not damage culture identity. So next is the accessible and inclusive services. So facilities and services must be inclusive for the seniors, kanang person with disabilities, various cultural or social groups, um, para ma-promote bitaw nga fair and equality bitaw ang ilahang pagtagad para ma-assess nila ang mga tourism services. So next is the economic responsibility. So this focuses on ensuring that tourism supports local economic growth fairly and sustainably. So first is the supporting local economies. So encouraging tourists to buy the local products, local food, and local services. This help distribute tourism income within the community. So next is the fair employment practices. So ensuring the fair wages, safe working condition, and equal job opportunities para maprotektahan ang mga workers and to promote the ethical employment. So next is the sustainable growth and investment. So investing in the environmental friendly, mga infrastructure, long-term economic projects to ensure that tourism benefits continue in the future without the harming resources. So, next is the ethical practices and medical and wellness tourism. So, ethics ensure that wellness and medical services are safe, fair, and honest. So, first is the ethical treatment and care. So, healthcare provide must prioritize patient well-being, be transparent, and avoid harmful or misleading treatments. Ethics protect the safety and dignity of the clients. So next is the responsible marketing. Responsible marketing, so siyempre advertising should be kanang honest, realistic siya, and not exaggerated. It should never manipulate vulnerable clients or false promises. Give false promises. So next is the monitoring and continuous improvement. So, this ensures that sustainability efforts continue to improve over time. So, first is the sustainability certification and standards. Facilities apply for certification from groups like the Global Sustainable Tourism Council para ma-prove nga they follow the sustainability practices. Next is ang regular impact assessment, measuring the environmental impact, social impact, and economic impact, and making improvements when needed. Next is the education and awareness, teaching the staff, tourists, and communities about the responsible tourism, their role, and sustainability. So next is the environmental impact of medical and wellness tourism. So tourism has both positive and negative environmental effects. First is the carbon footprints from travel. So first kay ang air travel. So biggest contributor ni siya of carbon emission. Next is the ang local transportation like cars, taxis, or buses also add the pollution. Next is the resource consumption. So, first kay ang energy usage. Wellness resorts use a lot of electricities, while the water usage is a high water demand can cause shortages. Next is the ang waste generation. So, medical waste must be managed carefully to avoid contamination. Tourism waste like plastics and non-biodegradable materials harm the ecosystem. And last, an impact on biodiversity and ecosystem. Land use and habitat loss, construction of facilities destroys habitats, pollution from waste, construction, and chemicals harms the wildlife. So next is over-tourism. So over-tourism happens when a destination receives more tourists that it can sustainably support. So in the context of medical and wellness tourism, this issue becomes more serious because this destination often requires specialized facilities, the clean environment, and peaceful surroundings. So when too many tourists arrive at once, it can create pressure on local communities, the environment, and the tourism industry itself. So over tourism affects not only the experience of visitors but also the quality of life of residents, the preservation of natural and cultural attraction, and the overall sustainability of the tourism sectors. So that is why it is important to apply the sustainable practices that reduce negative impacts and ensure the long-term health of both the destination and the tourism industry. So next is the strain on local infrastructure. So popular medical and wellness destination often attract large number of visitors. This sudden increase in population can overwhelm local infrastructure such as the transportation systems, the roads, water supply, waste disposal facilities, and energy resources. So when these systems cannot handle the high demand, it results in environmental degradation, pollution, traffic congestion, and reduced quality of services. So this directly affects both tourists and local residents. So next is the threats to cultural site and natural areas. So medical and wellness tourists are often attracted to destinations that offer peaceful natural environments, healing landscapes, and cultural sites. So however, when too many visitors visit this area, it can lead to the soil erosion, damage to cultural heritage site, pollution in natural areas, disturbance of wildlife. So this overuse reduces that attractiveness and integrity of destination, making them less appealing over time. So next is the mitigation and sustainable practices. To reduce the negative effects of over-tourism, so several solutions can be applied like the green building and operation. So facilities such as the mga hospitals, spas, hotels, and wellness centers adopt the sustainable design and operation. So this includes using the renewable energy like solar or wind, eco-friendly building materials, water-saving devices. Doing so reduces environmental impact and promotes a healthier atmosphere for visitors. Next is the sustainable waste management. So medical and general waste should be disposed of properly to prevent pollution. So recycling programs and carefully managed waste systems help keep the environment clean and safe for both local and tourists. Next is the offsetting carbon footprints. So tourism produces carbon emissions from travel, accommodation, and operation. So destination can offset these emissions through the mga tree planting projects, mga renewable energy investments, green transportation initiatives. This helps reduce the industry's climate impact. So next is the promoting eco-friendly tourism practices. So tourists should be encouraged to follow the responsible behaviors such as the minimizing waste, conserving water and energy, respecting local culture and nature, offering our eco-friendly tour packages also support the sustainability. So next is the developing sustainable models. Um, First is the policy and regulation. So government and tourism organization can create rules that limit over tourism. So these include the visitor caps, environmental protection laws, strict guidelines for facility. These help ensure the tourism growth does not damage the environment. So next is the education and awareness. So tourism workers, businesses, and visitors should be educated about the sustainable practices because awareness programs encourage responsible tourism behavior and help people understand the environmental impact of their action. So next is the sustainable practices. Sustainable practices in the medical and wellness tourism industry are essential for ensuring the long-term viability of these sectors and for minimizing the environmental and social impacts. So implementing these practices involves a holistic approach that consider the ecological, economic, and sociocultural factors. So here are some key sustainable practices being adopted in the industry. So first, the environmental sustainability, the eco-friendly infrastructure. So buildings are designed using sustainable materials and energy-efficient technologies. Mga recycling systems and waste reduction programs are also implemented to reduce environmental harm. So next is the renewable energy use. Solar panels, wind turbines, and other renewable energy sources makahelp na siya to reduce the dependence on fossil fuels and lower carbon emission. So next is the water conservation. So water saving technologies such as the rainwater harvesting, gray water recycling, efficient appliances help reduce water usage, especially in the areas prone to water scarcity. So next is the sustainable procurement. So tourism facilities purchase the local and sustainable products, so such as the local food, locally made linens, the eco-friendly medical supplies to reduce the transportation emission and support the local producers. So next is the economic sustainability. So local economic support. Medical and wellness tourism can greatly benefit local communities by hiring the local workers, buying local goods, and partnering with local businesses. So the industry helps improve the livelihoods and support long-term economic growth. So next is the fair pricing employment practices. So tourism facilities such as the wellness centers, mga clinics, spas, hotels, and resort should pay their employees fair and appropriate wages. So fair wages ensure that workers are motivated and productive. So local people benefit financially from tourism. So staff feel respected and valued. So this help reduce poverty in the community and promotes long-term economic stability. So fair pricing means the kanang offering services at reasonable and transparent prices without overcharging tourists. So build trust and encourages tourists to return. So at the same time, it prevents exploitation and allows the destination to maintain a positive reputation. So when tourists feel they are charged fairly, so they are more likely to recommend the destination to others, which supports steady economic growth. So next is the investment in local development. So contributing to local infrastructure and community development projects. So investment in local development means that tourism businesses and government partners reinvest part of their earnings into the improvement of the community. Next is the social and cultural sustainability. This ensures the preservation of culture while promoting safe, respectful tourism. So first is the community engagement and empowerment. So local residents participate in planning and decision making. Next is the cultural sensitivity preservation, so including the local cultural traditions and tourism without exploiting them. So next is the accessible and inclusive services, making sure the facilities are safe and accessible for everyone. So next is the health and wellness sustainability. So focuses on promoting sustainable healthy lifestyle through tourism programs. First is the holistic and preventive approaches, encouraging them the mental wellness, the physical fitness, um, stress reduction, and preventive health care. So next is the use of natural and traditional therapies, using the herbal medicine, the traditional healing practices, the wellness treatments in combination with modern healthcare. So next is the education and promotion of sustainable living. So teaching tourists about the healthy habits, wellness routines, so they can continue after returning home. So next is the technological innovation. So technology supports sustainability and tourism. First is the digital health and telemedicine provides the remote consultations, online follow-ups to reduce travel needs and makes healthcare more accessible. So next is the green IT practices. So using the energy efficient technologies, digital systems that reduce paper use and help reduce the environmental impacts. So next is the monitoring continuous improvement. So first is the sustainability certification and audits. So it involves evaluating whether tourism businesses meet specific environmental, social, and ethical standards. So these certifications come from recognized sustainability organization, um, such as the Green Globe, Earth Check, or local government programs. So this certification and audits help to guarantee that the business is truly practicing sustainability and not just claiming it. So next is feedback and adaptation. Refers to the continuous process of gathering input from tourists, employees, and local community members to strengthen sustainability measures. So, feedback and adaptation allow a business to adjust its sustainability strategies so they remain effective and relevant.